The Stars are out tonight in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're at the Lowe Motor Speedway with the best in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series for tonight's All Star Race. Things are a lot different with this race, folks. Barney, tell us how all this works.
Well, that's right, Joe. There are no points awarded in this race. It's all about the cash. You have to earn your way into this one as a driver by being a former winner or NASCAR Winston Cup champion. So it truly is the best of the best in this sport. This race is broken into 3 segments for a total of 90 laps. After the first segment of 40 laps, only the top 20 finishers move on. Then after the 30-lap segment, only the top 10 move on. And even part or all of the field will be inverted depending on a fan vote. After that, it's a 10-car, 20-lap shootout to the checkered flag. Talk about excitement.
Dale Jr. made his first NASCAR Winston Cup start at this track.
He also had one of his biggest paydays here when he became the first rookie to win the Winston. He took home over $500,000. Not bad for a night's work, huh?
Bill Elliott owned and drove for his own race team for 6 years before joining Ray Evernham in 2001.
You know, driving for your own race team is a tough deal. I think Bill was happy to get back to worrying about one thing, being fast out there on the racetrack.
Michael Waltrip joined DEI at the start of the 2001 season and got a win in his very first race for his new team.
He followed that up with some very impressive runs at the restrictor plate tracks. He's always had a knack for drafting, and with top-notch equipment, you'll be sure to see him up near the front.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Winston for the NASCAR Thunder 2003 Career Mode. For the second time in our career, we have made the Winston. Green flag is out. We are in P10. Up to P9 off the start there. A little bit of contact with Jimmy just to get the position. So, 10 laps in this first segment. We have to make a green flag pit stop. At least one AI car will not, because that is always how it works. So, as long as nobody blows up, I think it's them and one other car should be eliminated, because it'll be the person who is 21st as whoa, a little bit of contact with Jimmy there. So, I think I have a theory, because I have a feeling we're not going to run very well tonight, just like we did last year. I think because of how this race works, they really crank up the tire and fuel wear. Actually, not the fuel, but the tire wear on this. And because of that, the car handles so differently from this to the 600, which last year we really struggled in the Winston, but did really well in the 600. And I have a feeling it might be a similar thing this year, so we'll see. Of course, we have an upgrade to the car, well, several upgrades to the car this year than we did last year for the Winston, so see if that helps at all. Through 1 and 2 here, Michael Waltrip up in front of us here, Jimmy Johnson behind, so again, one car will get eliminated, probably 2 because of the disqualification, which really it should only be that one car, but I don't think that's how this game particularly works. Right up on the back here of Michael Waltrip as we begin lap 4. We'll probably make our pit stop soon. Believe the AI will make it just past the halfway mark. If we could try to do the Jeff Burton strategy of staying out to the last possible moment. However, we don't have the ability to do that on the last lap. We would have to come in with 1 to go. So who knows, maybe we'll try that strategy, because we could get some fuckery since everyone will be trapped a lap down, which would help us. So who knows, we might try that. Sterling Marlin gets past us. We're going to take a look underneath him here in 1 and 2. Already halfway through the segment almost, coming to lap 6 this time, so AI should start pitting relatively soon. But it's usually one car that'll stay out, maybe 2. I think 2 ended up staying out or something like that in the Bud shootout that we did earlier this year. So the car is starting to get really tight here as the run goes on. Jimmy Johnson's going to get past us. Burton taking a look, but we will chop the nose there. But he's going to come back on the high side now. Car got really tight there through the center of 3 and 4, or 1 and 2 rather, not 3 and 4. As we head into 3 and 4, which the car definitely handles worse in. Definitely slides up the track a lot more than it does in 1 and 2. Oh, we get right up to that wall, just barely avoiding it. So now we got the 15 and 49 behind us. On to lap 7, still no sign of pitting yet. Feel like that's got to happen soon. All right, so it looks like the pit stops are in fact starting here. Good chunk of the field coming down pit road. Let's see where this puts us. We were what, P10, P11, so now up to P5 here. We'll see if the guy that decides to stay out is ahead of us or behind us as we smack the wall again. Whoa! Trouble! Huge crash! Avoid it, we did! No caution! For some reason, there is no caution, which I cannot believe. We remain green. Here comes the 15 and 24 into the pits. 24 got loose into the pits. One of the cars has decided to continue. One of them still on the apron on fire. I don't understand how there's no yellow for this. Just look, there's just a car on fire in the middle of the backstretch. We're going to come down pit road this time. The 28 get a little bit past us there. So here goes, there's the 40 car who was also involved in that. To get hard on the brakes to avoid him, slow up Dale Jr. So 4 tires, make it a little bit looser for me, and white flag is out. Checkered flag is out. It looks like we are solidified into P12 as all these guys have crossed the finish line. So I told you there would be just a little bit of fuckery, and it appears we have had that, as the 9 car has either disappeared or somehow continuing now. So we have a car with a blown engine. 17 car has a blown motor. So as we come through 3 and 4, a bunch of cars coming down pit road for whatever reason. Now we're up to P11 and checkered flag in segment number 1. Let's see who got eliminated. So the 17, 8, 10, and 9 are now out of this race. Of course, the 9 on fire, so it completely makes sense. Green flag in the air for segment 2. Only the top 10 will advance. So we're going to make that little bit of contact there with the 97 to keep him behind us. Now, there is a strategy to this. You can always just try to be P10 and hope that it's a full field inversion for the final segment. Or you can try to get to maybe the middle of the pack, hope for, something like that. Or even if it is a full field one, then you're just kind of where you were. Of course, right now, we got to focus on just trying to make the final segment. As Jeff Gordon gets past us, that's going to make it much harder. Our car just not as fast in the Winston for some reason. Again, I don't quite understand why. I have my theory, but it wouldn't make sense as to why we're so much slower than everybody else. Because we also have some fast guys behind us, the 97, the 2, the 18. We are definitely going to need a caution if we have any chance of finishing in the top 10. It is just weird just how much slower we are. Car slides up the track now from tightness as we make a bit of contact there with Sterling Marlin. But it doesn't appear like we're going to get to this top 10. We're just going to be short in P11. Fortunately, we won't have any disqualifications this time around, as now the car just shoots up the track. It's so tight. So yeah, this car absolutely terrible right now as we're coming to 2 laps to go, down to P12 here now behind Bobby Labonte. And just look, it just shoots right up the track. It won't even try to stay low. Something about the Winston, man. This car just doesn't seem to handle right. So 2 laps to go here. We are probably going to get eliminated unless something absolutely insane happens, which I doubt. But at least we didn't die like the fucking 9 car did. I still cannot believe, I can't believe the 40 is actually going and even in this after slowly getting back to the pits, but not that it matters. He'll be eliminated as well. So it looks like the 18, the 40, ourselves, the 2, the 97, the 15, and the 5 will be your cars eliminated at the end of this second segment. through 1 and 2 for the final time, and it does. It just shoots right up the track. I mean, look, the tires are already on red, and I feel like this doesn't happen to the AI. It's like our tire wear gets turned up to 11 during the Winston, but not for the AI. They seem to be just fine, which is kind of stupid. I'm not going to lie. But checkered flag in segment number 2. We're going to come across the line P13 and will be eliminated from the 2003 Winston.
We usually have more cautions than that, don't we?
Well, you're right, but that just makes for a better race, in my opinion. It really makes the better drivers stand out that much more.
The Coca-Cola car went backwards after a top 10 start.
Yeah, he could just never get it going. The car definitely didn't look as strong as it did in qualifying. That's a real shame.
Well, it was a great night of racing, and until the next time, this is MRN Radio and EA Sports. Good night.
So Kevin Harvick ends up as your 2003 All Star Race winner. I still cannot believe there was not a caution for that wreck with the 9 and 40 on the backstretch. But it's whatever. Up next, though, the Coca-Cola 600, which we finished very well last year. Had a very solid car, a top 10 car, so hopefully we can do the same this year. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe for more content as well as the Coca-Cola 600. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.